Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the 12 SUVs with hidden problems that cost thousands to fix. Number 12. Volkswagen Taos. The Volkswagen Taos comes across as a budget option in the compact SUV lineup, with a starting sticker of about $23,000 in 2025. On paper, it promises efficiency and a lower cost of entry, but owners have found that long-term reliability is not its strong side. Many drivers report that the Taos starts showing problems around 60,000 to 80,000 miles, much earlier than expected for an SUV meant to compete against Toyota or Honda models that usually cross 200,000 miles without major concerns. One of the biggest issues is the transmission system, which has been reported to fail at around 70,000 miles. Repairing or replacing it can cost anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000, sometimes more depending on the shop. Add to that electrical system glitches that often require repeated trips to the mechanic, with bills stacking up anywhere from $800 to $1,500 per visit. Another costly problem is with the turbocharged engine, which can run into carbon buildup issues. Cleaning or repairing this system can set an owner back another $2,000, sometimes even higher if ignored for too long. While some SUVs are known to last 200,000 to 250,000 miles with proper care, the Taos struggles to cross the 150,000-mile mark without significant investment. Overall, what starts as a lower-priced SUV often ends up costing thousands more in the long run. Number 11. Nissan Murano. The Nissan Murano carries a higher starting price in 2025, sitting around $38,000. At first glance, it looks like a solid mid-size SUV choice, but the hidden costs begin showing up much earlier than buyers expect. While many mid-size competitors manage to reach 200,000 miles with consistent care, the Murano often faces issues before even hitting 120,000 miles, making it a risky long-term option. One of the most reported problems is the continuously variable transmission. Owners frequently experience slipping, hesitation, or complete failure between 70,000 and 100,000 miles. Replacing the CVT is no small expense, with repair bills averaging between $4,000 and $6,000. Electrical problems are another expensive headache, particularly with sensors and the alternator. Alternator failures can show up before 80,000 miles, often costing around $900 to $1,200 to replace. The engine itself, while offering decent performance, has been known to develop oil leaks. Over time, the total repair bills easily climb into the thousands, eroding the value of what seemed like a reliable SUV. Overall, the Murano seems like a well-priced SUV at first, but its frequent transmission failures, electrical issues, and engine troubles make it a costly choice that rarely reaches the mileage expectations buyers have for a mid-size vehicle. Number 10. Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. The Mitsubishi Outlander Sport in 2025 has a starting price of around $24,000, which makes it one of the cheaper compact SUVs available. At first, it looks like a budget-friendly choice, but the low sticker price often leads to high repair costs down the line. Many owners report that the Outlander Sport struggles to last beyond 100,000 miles without significant repairs, while rivals in the same class regularly hit 200,000 miles. One of the main problems is with the CVT transmission, which has a history of failing earlier than expected. Many failures occur around 80,000 to 100,000 miles, and replacing the unit can cost anywhere from $4,000 to $5,500. Another problem comes from suspension components wearing out prematurely. Control arms and bushings often need replacement before 70,000 miles, and a full repair can cost about $1,000 or more. The engine itself, while not overly complex, has also been reported to consume oil earlier than expected. If left unchecked, this can cause internal damage requiring repairs that easily climb into the $2,000 to $3,000 range. Overall, the Outlander Sport looks affordable up front, but its frequent transmission failures, Suspension wear and engine issues mean that long-term costs can far exceed the savings of its lower starting price. Number 9. Volvo XC60. The Volvo XC60 in 2025 starts at about $45,000, placing it in the luxury compact SUV segment. While it appeals to buyers with its upscale feel and advanced safety systems, the long-term costs often outweigh the initial value. Many XC60 owners report major problems appearing around 90,000 to 110,000 miles, which is far sooner than competitors that often last closer to 200,000 miles without major repairs. A frequent source of trouble is the transmission and electrical systems. Transmission issues are known to show up before 100,000 miles, and a replacement typically costs between $5,000 and $6,000. Electrical faults, especially with sensors and the infotainment system, can lead to repeated service visits that often cost between $1,000 and $2,000 each. Another hidden cost comes from the turbocharged and supercharged engines used in some versions of the XC60. These engines are powerful but prone to oil leaks and cooling system failures. The suspension is also a known weak point. Owners report premature wear on components such as control arms and bushings, which can cost over $1,000 to repair. Overall, the XC60 may look like a refined and safe luxury SUV, but its transmission failures, engine issues, and suspension costs make it expensive to maintain, often leaving owners with repair bills that far exceed expectations long before the SUV reaches higher mileage. Number 8. Honda Passport. The Honda Passport in 2025 starts at around $42,000, placing it in the mid-size SUV category. While Honda often has a reputation for durability, the Passport has shown a number of hidden issues that drive up ownership costs as the miles climb. Many owners report that the Passport struggles to go beyond 100,000 miles without significant repairs, while other SUVs in its price range can reach closer to 200,000 miles. One of the most expensive problems comes from the automatic transmission. Failures have been reported between 90,000 and 120,000 miles, and replacing it can cost anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000. Even when the transmission doesn't fail completely, shifting issues and fluid leaks often require repairs in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. Electrical problems are another costly concern. The Passport has been known to suffer from faulty wiring harnesses and malfunctioning sensors, with repair bills averaging around $800 to $1,500 per visit. Overall, the Honda Passport may appear to carry Honda's long-standing reliability image, but with transmission problems, electrical issues, and rising repair bills, it often ends up costing owners thousands more than they expected. Number 7. Chevrolet Traverse. The Chevrolet Traverse in 2025 starts at about $36,000, giving it a competitive entry point in the mid-size SUV market. While the lower price might seem appealing, ownership often turns out to be far more expensive than expected. Many Traverse models begin facing significant issues at 90,000 miles, and reaching 200,000 miles without major repair costs is uncommon. One of the most frequent and costly problems is with the transmission. Failures have been widely reported around 100,000 miles, and replacing or rebuilding it usually costs between $4,000 and $6,500. Another major concern is the timing chain, especially on older versions of the Traverse. If the timing chain stretches or fails, repairs can quickly reach $3,000 or more. In some cases, engine replacement becomes the only option, which pushes costs well above $6,000. Suspension and steering components also wear out earlier than expected. Repairs on control arms, tie rods, and steering racks can add another $1,000 to $2,000 before the SUV hits higher mileage. Overall, the Chevrolet Traverse may look like a budget-friendly family SUV at purchase, but transmission failures, timing chain issues, and high repair costs make it an expensive vehicle to keep long-term. Number 6. GMC Yukon. The GMC Yukon in 2025 starts at about $60,000, which puts it firmly in the full-size SUV category. It looks like a strong choice for those who want size and presence, but long-term ownership often brings expensive surprises. While many expect a full-size SUV at this price to last close to 250,000 miles, the Yukon has shown a tendency to develop major issues before reaching 150,000 miles. One of the biggest problems is with the transmission. Failures are not uncommon around 100,000 miles, and replacing the unit usually costs between $5,000 and $7,000. Another costly issue lies in the air suspension system, especially on higher trims. When the suspension begins to fail, repairs can cost $3,000 to $4,000 or more, often showing up as early as 80,000 miles. The engine has also been reported to suffer from lifter and camshaft problems, which can appear around 90,000 miles. These repairs are extremely costly, ranging from $3,000 to $5,000. Overall, the GMC Yukon commands a high price at the dealership, but its transmission failures, suspension breakdowns, and costly engine repairs mean it rarely delivers the long lifespan expected from a full-size SUV in this price range. Number 5. Ford Explorer. The Ford Explorer in 2025 starts at about $38,000, placing it in the competitive mid-size SUV segment. While it sells in high numbers, the Explorer has built a reputation for hidden problems that drive up ownership costs. Many drivers find that major issues start appearing between 90,000 and 120,000 miles, making it difficult for the SUV to reach 200,000 miles without serious investment. Transmission troubles are the most widely reported and costly problem. Failures often occur before 110,000 miles, with replacement costs ranging from $4,000 to $6,000. Even when the transmission doesn't fail completely, owners frequently report rough shifting or slipping, which still requires expensive repairs in the $1,000 to $2,000 range. The Explorer also has a history of engine-related issues. Turbocharged EcoBoost engines can suffer from coolant leaks into the cylinders, leading to blown head gaskets or even total engine replacement. These repairs can cost $5,000 to $7,000 depending on severity. Overall, the Ford Explorer may look like a solid mid-size SUV with a reasonable starting price. But transmission failures, engine breakdowns, and repeated suspension and electrical problems make it an SUV that ends up costing thousands more than buyers plan for over its lifetime. Number 4. Jeep Grand Cherokee. The Jeep Grand Cherokee in 2025 starts at about $41,000, positioning it as a mid-size SUV with upscale ambitions. While it offers strong appeal at the dealership, the ownership story often tells a different tale. Many Grand Cherokees struggle to reach 150,000 miles without significant repairs, while rivals in the same segment often push past 200,000 miles. One of the most common and expensive problems is with the transmission. Failures are reported around 90,000 miles, and replacements typically cost between $4,000 and $6,000. The electrical system is another major weakness. Owners frequently deal with sensor failures, faulty wiring, and malfunctioning infotainment systems. Each trip to the shop for these problems can cost between $800 and $1,500, and issues often reappear even after repairs. Engine-related troubles are also a concern, especially with oil leaks and cooling system failures. These repairs usually cost $2,000 to $3,000 if addressed quickly, but they can lead to catastrophic engine damage if ignored. Overall, the Jeep Grand Cherokee looks strong and competitive up front, but repeated transmission issues, electrical faults, and high repair costs make it a risky SUV that drains thousands from owners before hitting the mileage they expect. Number 3. Nissan Rogue. The Nissan Rogue in 2025 starts at about $28,000, making it one of the more affordable compact SUVs on the market. While it attracts buyers with its lower entry price and good fuel economy, the Rogue has a track record of problems that make it expensive to own in the long run. Many owners report serious issues starting as early as 80,000 miles, while competitors often last closer to 180,000 to 200,000 miles without major breakdowns. The biggest problem is with the CVT transmission. Failures are common and usually show up before 100,000 miles, sometimes much earlier. Replacing a failed CVT costs between $4,000 and $6,000, and even smaller transmission-related repairs can run from $1,000 to $2,000. Electrical problems are another costly concern. Malfunctioning sensors, wiring harness faults, and dashboard errors often appear around 70,000 miles, with repairs typically costing between $800 and $1,500 per visit. The engine has also been known to develop oil leaks and timing chain problems. Overall, the Nissan Rogue may look affordable upfront, but its repeated CVT failures, electrical issues, and engine problems make it an SUV that costs thousands more over time, often forcing owners to replace it long before the mileage they originally hoped for. Number 2. Land Rover Discovery. The Land Rover Discovery in 2025 starts at about $59,000, a figure that places it in the luxury SUV class. At first glance, it promises refinement and advanced features, but keeping one running past 100,000 miles is where the real cost shows up. Many owners report problems beginning as early as 70,000 miles, with repair bills that quickly climb into the thousands. The air suspension system is one of the most expensive headaches. Failures can occur before 80,000 miles, and repairing or replacing the system often costs between $3,000 and $5,000. What makes it worse is that the issues can come back, leaving owners stuck with repeat bills. The transmission is another high-cost weak spot. Failures or major malfunctions are often seen before 100,000 miles, with replacement costs ranging from $5,000 to $7,000. Even without a full failure, owners face rough shifting and leaks that still cost well over $2,000 to address. The engine adds to the burden with turbocharger failures, oil leaks, and cooling system breakdowns. Overall, the Land Rover Discovery looks attractive as a luxury SUV, but its air suspension failures, transmission breakdowns, and engine problems make it one of the most costly vehicles to keep past 100,000 miles. Number 1. Jeep Compass. The Jeep Compass in 2025 starts at about $28,000, sitting in the compact SUV segment. It appeals to buyers with its styling and competitive price, but reliability remains its biggest weakness. Many Compass models start showing serious issues around 70,000 miles, which is far earlier than rivals that often reach 180,000 miles with fewer repairs. One of the main trouble areas is the transmission. While not every Compass suffers a complete failure, many owners report rough shifting, hesitation, and early wear that leads to major repair bills. A full transmission replacement can cost between $4,000 and $5,000, a figure that turns a budget SUV into an expensive burden. Engine problems add another layer of risk. The Compass has a history of excessive oil consumption, which can lead to engine damage if unnoticed. Repair costs here range from $1,500 to $3,000, and in severe cases, complete engine replacement can exceed $6,000. Electrical faults are a constant complaint, particularly with sensors, lighting systems, and the infotainment unit. Overall, the Jeep Compass is priced to draw buyers in, but its recurring transmission issues, oil consumption problems, and electrical headaches mean that the money saved at purchase often gets swallowed by repair bills long before the SUV reaches the mileage buyers expect. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.